So let's all sit down. Close your eyes. Breathe in for 4 counts. And breathe out. Again, breathe in through your nose. And exhale through your mouth. Now bring your attention back to your body and see if you're slouching. If you're slouching, straighten your back out. But make sure you're not too tense. And let's go over the tenets of Taekwondo. Courtesy.
Courtesy.
Integrity.
Integrity.
Perseverance.
Perseverance.
Indomitable spirit.
Indomitable spirit.
And self-control.
Self-control.
Now we're going to go over the last Poomsae you learned over in your head. Okay. 준비. Okay. In your own head. 시작. If you're done your Poomsae, open your eyes and let's stand up. So stretch up. Get that blood flowing. And we'll start with jumping jacks. Okay, 시작. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열.
하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열.
시작. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열.
하나, 둘, 셋, kick back please. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열.
Okay. Your breath. Okay, facing this way. Hamstrings.
Say that a little louder so they can hear you.
Okay, sorry. Okay, let's count. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열.
Make sure you guys are stretching out your side of your leg.
Okay, reach forward.
하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열.
Grab your back leg. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. Let's go to the other side.
Make sure your back leg is sideways for this one. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열.
하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. Okay, get your back leg.
하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열.
Stand up. Right leg forward, toes pointing up. Stretch. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. Other side.
하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열.
하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. Okay, can we move on to push-ups now?
Okay, so we're gonna move on to conditioning. So at this point, I'm gonna take over. Because, everyone has things they're good at. I'm good at making you guys suffer. I'm just kidding. Okay, let's move on. So the first thing we're gonna do today is we're gonna work on some, push-ups. We're gonna start with some arms today. So first thing, let's go through just 20 push-ups to warm up our hands. And then we're gonna go through some variations. You guys are gonna either find it fun or not so fun. We'll see. Let's start with 20 push-ups, shall we? Ready? Follow my count and 시작. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, Good.
하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열.
Okay, the next thing we're going to do today is we're going to practice holding the down position of push-up position and the up position. So when I say down, you hold it down. When I say up, you go up. Okay? So you guys have to hold your body off the ground in a position like this. Right? So you keep it off the ground, keep your back straight, but your body is not touching the ground. You come up, go all the way up. Okay? So we're going to practice holding it down and holding the up position to develop some control in our push-ups. Okay? So when you go down, go as low as you can without actually touching the ground. But still keep your back straight. Okay? We'll just try a simple set of 10. Okay, ready? So Kathy's going to count for me the numbers. I'm going to say up and down. Okay? So every time we go back up, we count. Okay? Ready? Let's go down. Up.
하나,
Down. Up.
둘,
Down. Up.
셋,
Down. Up.
셋,
Down. Up.
다섯,
Down. Up.
여섯,
Down. Up.
일곱,
Down. Up.
여덟,
Down. Up.
아홉,
Down. Hold. Up.
열.
Good. You take your arms. Okay, the next thing we're going to do today is we're going to take a break from our arms. We're going to go to our abs, but we will come back to push-ups because there's a few more things we want to try. Giving your arms a little bit of a break. Okay, so the sit-up position. Let's start today with regular sit-ups, and then we're going to introduce some variations for lower and upper abs. So first, normal sit-ups, just 20, 10, and 10. Ready? So you jump, now. Third, set, net, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열.
하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열.
Very good. From here today, let's work on our upper abs. So for this one, we're going to do something similar to crunches, but it's going to be the chair set position. So for this one, just like a crunch, your feet are going to make a 90-degree angle. And so is your hips. So 90 here, 90 here. But instead of going inwards, you're going to reach your hands upwards and put the other hand on your arm. So if you have trouble keeping your feet still, you can do what Kathy's doing and put your feet on the chair. But remember, you're doing your best while you do this to keep your feet still. Okay? So you're going to go straight up and down with your hands, like this. And try not to let your legs move as much as you can. So you're going to have your right hand up, other hand on your arm. We're going to do 10 on this side, 10 on the other side. Okay? So let's do the best we can. Okay? On your right hand, Kathy can do left hand. Ready? Chair position. And let's begin. Una, two, set, net, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. Make sure your hands are reaching straight upwards and not towards your feet. Okay, so make sure your hands are going straight up towards the sky. Okay, so make sure when you do this, you're looking at the ceiling. Okay, other hand. Kathy, when you're ready.
하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열.
Good. All right, let your abs rest for a little bit before we move on to the leg exercise. The next one we're going to do today is we're going to do some V-sits. Okay, this one we're just going to do 10, but right after we're going to do leg raises. Okay, for this one I'm going to get Kathy to count for me the V-sits because I'm going to count the leg raises real slow. Okay, so everyone, V-sit position, hands on the ground, legs off the ground. Remember, feet come up, head goes forward, feet come down, head goes back. Let's do 10. 시작.
하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉,
Okay, good.
열.
Hands underneath your butt. Legs off the ground. You're going to slowly raise them up and slowly drop them down. But keep your knees and feet off the ground the whole time. You're going to slowly go up by my count and then back down. When I go down, just count you can. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold and down. 2, 3, 4, 5. Up. 2, 3, 4, 5. Down. 2, 3, 4, 5.
둘,
Up. 2, 3, 4, 5. Down. 2, 3, 4, 5.
셋,
Up. 2, 3, 4, 5. Down. 2, 3, 4, 5.
넷,
Up. 2, 3, 4, 5. Down. 2, 3, 4, 5.
다섯,
Up. 2, 3, 4, 5. Down. 2, 3, 4, 5.
여섯,
Up. 2, 3, 4, 5. Down. 2, 3, 4, 5.
일곱,
Up. 2, 3, 4, 5. Down. 2, 3, 4, 5.
여덟,
Up. 2, 3, 4, 5. Down. 2, 3, 4, 5.
아홉,
Up. 2, 3, 4, 5. Down. 2, 3, 4, 5.
열.
And drop your knees. Okay, very good. Like I said before, we're going to go back to your arms. We're going to do some more arm exercises before we continue. Okay. So earlier we did control push-ups. The next thing we're going to do today is we're going to work on explosive push-ups. We're going to work on clap push-ups. So for these ones, I'll give you guys two variations, right, for arm strength. Right? So, first of all, if you guys are unable to do a clap push-up, you are instead just going to leave your hands, let your hands leave the ground. So it's going to be a push-up, pushing hard, and then letting your body leave the ground. Okay? So the progression for this one, right? While you're doing as much as possible, try to tuck in your arms as much as you can so that it will leave the ground. This is how you start training your arms so that they can eventually leave the clap position. So from here, when you're pushing upwards, try to lift your hands as much as you can before you bring them back down to the ground. So try to do this in the air. Eventually, when you have enough control, you'll be able to clap instead. So when you're doing your clap push-ups for this one, that's the position you will be doing. Now, for those of you who think normal clap push-ups are too easy, we'll add on one more thing. You're gonna lift up your feet at the same time as you lift up your hands. These are, I believe they call them frog push-ups. So it's gonna look like this. You touch your feet together at the same time as you touch your hands together. Okay? This one will just do 10. Okay, so if you need to do it on your knees, you can, but I suggest that you don't. Okay? Do the best that you can. Ready? Let's go for 10. So you jump. No. Good. 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 Pass up. Good. Good. Okay, take your time, catch up. Right, you do not have to go at my speed. Do the best you can. Finish your set of 10. How many more, Teddy? How many? Go! Go! Keep that back straight. Very good. Okay, let's stand up and move on, shall we? Pick up your hands. Face the forward, turn it. Just go. Good night. Jump everyone, get some water, and then come back, get ready for Poomsae.
Hello, everyone.
How was the warm-up, guys? Give me a number from 1 through 5.
It was fun. That's good.
Okay, give me a number. Yeah, give me a number of difficulty. How hard was it from a scale of 1 to 5? 5 is like, oh my goodness, I can't do this. 1 is like, oh, that's too easy. Right? Give me a number from 1 through.
Yep, we're gonna go over Poomsae soon.
Yeah, give me a number from 1 to 5 and tell me how hard it was.
If you haven't yet, go down and like our video.
Yeah, you guys better. What we're gonna do now, we're gonna go through Poomsae. Take 4. Okay, so this time Kathy's gonna do it facing the front because this week is belt testing front. So at this point, if you guys are intending to test, you should know your Poomsae. If you do know your Poomsae, you should be able to follow along from the back. I'll give you guys directions if you need to see the front view. Turn it.
Yes, sir.
Good night. Okay, Poomsae Junbi facing the wall. Okay, first move, 2 knife hand block. Hana. Poomsae number 4, yes. I didn't say that. Hana. Okay, so make sure when you're doing your 2 knife hand block, right, as you can see, Kathy's wrist is straight, good, and her elbow is bent, right? You don't want to have the opposite happen. Okay, third. Right, the strike is going to your solar plexus for this one. Set. Here, make sure your stances are not too big or too small. In Kathy's case, let's make it a little bigger. Left. Hustle. Okay, from here, the 2 positions we're going to make sure we have are hand above your head by 1 fist, hand at your neck level, with your elbow mostly straight. Okay? Ready from here, front kick, other hand punch. Now. Side kick, 2 knife hand block. Now. Okay, for this one, we're going to make sure we time our landings with our block. So after that second side kick, bend your knee. Set your hands. Time your landing and sit on your back leg. Okay, don't fall forward. Ready? Now. This one, make sure that middle block, you set your hands in the air. Okay, let's see first. Now. Okay, very good. So you can see right what Kathy's doing here is after she kicks, she leaves her leg in the air, sets her hand, times her landing with her block, right? So don't start to land first. Other side, same thing. Now. Third. From here to the back, hit block and strike again. Now. From here, third. And kick and back. Okay, so make sure that back fist starts from under your arm. Something I keep seeing when you guys are doing your Zoom classes, that you guys start your hands from your belt. No. Under your arm, straight forward to your mouth level. Okay, position 1 to position 2. Under here. Okay? Now. Third. Make sure that middle block is done with the same hand as your leg for this part. Okay? It's not opposite like before. Now. Third. Butter. Okay. Butter. Show. Okay, very good. From here, let's see it one more time. This time on your own time. Try to follow along with Kathy's speed. Right. Try to get those timings right. So specifically your landing timings today. After that side kick, bend your knee. Time your landing. When you're kicking, set your hand. Time your middle block with the landing of your back stance. Try to put those things together for this Poomsae. Okay. Jumbi. On your own time. 시작! 바로 jump. Okay, very good. Okay, so for table 4, the last thing we're going to note is your shoulder position. When you guys do your middle block, make sure when you set your hand that your shoulder goes back with your hand. Okay, so here's not enough. You have to bring your shoulder back at the same time as you bring your hand back, right? So for example, when I'm going to the side, right? My shoulder goes out and then back in. From the side view, that's 1 to 2, right? Or 1 to 2. You can see my shoulder going back and back in, right? Backwards before it comes forward again. Okay, now let's go to take 5.
Second, 차려. Poomsae. Poomsae number 5 준비. On my count, 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. 바로 쉬어.
Okay, so a few things to know for today. Number one, hammer fist position. Make sure you go from your belt above your head and come down. So from 1, 2, make sure your hand crosses your face. Other hand points where you're going. All right. Second thing, make sure when you're going forward, your middle blocks below your shoulder. Your back fist, mouth level. Mouth level, body level. Don't have both high, don't have both low. Okay. Now, last thing, side kick. Hand and arm, same angle. So if your foot happens to go lower, which it shouldn't, but if it does, your hand should go in the same angle as your leg. If your foot's going higher, your hand should also go higher. Right? You should be pointing at the same angle. If you guys know what parallel means, that's what we're talking about here. Okay, very good. Let's go to Taekwondo 5. On my own time.
그러면 준비. Come to number 5 on your own count. 시작.
Okay, let's go through technique number 6 with cat. Okay, so before we begin, let's make sure we take note of a few things. Make sure your outer block positions all start from your belt. Whether you're back stance, forward stance, whether it's same hand, opposite hand. It all starts from your waist up to your shoulder before you do the block. Okay? So let's see that in the Poomsae. Facing forward, turn it! Good night. Facing forward, 준비. My count. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷. Okay, so this one, make sure you're changing from a forward stance to a back stance, right? So when you're changing stances, one of two things tend to happen. Number one, we tend to have people going and landing too big. So they land in the same place that they were before. Or sometimes people overcompensate. Oh, I have to land in the back stance, has to make it smaller. And they have their legs too close together. You have to remember, forward stance is 3.5 feet. Back stance is 2 feet. So you need to check your stances and adjust, right? So make sure you know your distances and practice that both by looking and both without looking until you're confident in landing where you're supposed to. Okay, let's continue. Okay, this one, make sure your single neck hand block is opposite hand from your leg and at your head level. Okay, another thing I've been seeing lately with the turning kick part is some people are kicking and they're landing over. You want to make sure your turning kick lands in front of you. So you land forward and you step to the side. It's 2 steps. Kick, land, step. Don't kick and put your leg to the side. Okay? Enough. Other side, same thing. Go. Set. Net. Once again, this position, double low block. Have your hands touching one another the whole time until your elbows are straight. You then separate your hands and have them stop in front of your legs. So not beside it, slightly in front with your arms straight. Okay? So here, single left hand block, reverse hand. Turn the kick heel, land forward and turn around. So once again, this is the position where you have to land in front and take a step. And forward and turning around. It's always 2. Make sure we're not going turning kick and then spinning around. Okay? Third. For this part here, because we've done a 3/4 turn, right? So whenever we're turning around in Poomsae, the next direction we turn is always going to be backwards. You'll notice this from Takeover 3 onwards. Whenever we turn around, every subsequent turn is to the back, not to the front. Okay, so this is one of those cases. From this side, the back is here, so Kathy turns this way to turn around. She does not turn the other way. Okay, ready? Let's continue from here. 하나, 둘, 셋. Okay, from this position here, when we do that palm block, make sure you set your hands before you move your legs. So you set your hand on the fist and open your hand. Okay, this position is important because it's a palm block. Palm block, you have one hand on the fist, one hand open. If we see this, that's not so correct. Okay? 하나. And same thing again. 둘. 바로. 저. Okay, so let's see one more time on your own time. Right? Do your best to get that outer block position right, like we were talking about, right? From your belt to your shoulder, block. 1, 2, 3, but smoothly. 1. 1 to 2. Try to get that movement smooth. Okay, ready? To me. On your own time, take up 6. 시작. 바로. Sure. Right, give our hand. Make sure at home. Make sure you're still clapping, okay? Even if I can't hear you, still clap. Okay. Now, next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna go through take of 7. All right. So a few things first. Make sure we have our tiger stances correct. Remember the angle for your feet in a tiger stance. Right. Back leg should be like a walking stance, so be off the center. Your front leg should be right beside your toe. You bend both of your knees and you sit back like you're sitting on a chair. Okay, so you shouldn't have your weight on your back leg. It should be slightly behind it. Okay, and both your knees have to bend. Okay, let's start with that first. And your palm block position we already talked about. I'll give you guys some more details. I don't have to do this once, but I can understand. Yes, ma'am?
Okay. Position number 7 준비. On my count. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯. 바로 stop.
Okay, very good job, everybody. So what we're going to work on for take of 7 is a few things. Number 1, stance changes. When you're turning to the side, right, you're starting in a position with one leg up and one leg down. So when you change to the other side, you have to drop your heel, you have to turn, and lift up your heel right afterwards. You actually have to shift your weight between your legs. I want you to notice, when I'm facing this side, my weight is on my back leg. When I turn around, I drop my heel, I have to shift to this side while I turn to change my weight to my other leg. Same thing goes, for example, when I'm going from a back stance. When I go to this side, so let me show you again. When I go from back stance to the side, I have to put my weight on this leg and turn and sit on this, right? So it's important to keep your body weight distribution, right, constantly on your back leg whenever you're going into a tiger stance, okay? So from back stance to tiger stance, you have to shift. You have to shift over and you turn. Okay. The other important thing we're talking about today is turning your back leg. Okay. Because oftentimes the thing that people forget the most is when they change sides, they don't turn their back leg enough, and then you have something that looks halfway between a back stance and a tiger stance. Your back leg has to turn with you. Okay, so we're gonna try to see that in the Poomsae. Try to notice where I shift my weight and try to follow along with my time in the Poomsae.
Let's get a 10.
Ma'am?
Pregnant. Poomsae number 7. 준비. Poomsae number 7 on your own count. 시작. 바로. 셔.
Okay, let's get a quick water break, and we're gonna move on to kicking today. Set. In there. Good job, guys. Okay, so today we're going to go through the following kicks just so that we cover every belt level in this group. So what we're going to go through today is spinning turning kick, low high doubles. We're going to go through spinning roundhouse, and we're also going to go through back kick. Okay, so that should cover a range of kicks from all of your belt levels to prepare you guys for belt testing. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to work on our spinning turning kick. But in order to do that, we have to work on switching our legs. So what we're going to do is first we start from fighting section B. We're going to practice balancing on a single leg by spinning around. So you're going to turn your feet to the back. You're going to raise your knee in front of you by moving it forward and raising it at the same time. So this is what we want to do. We want to turn. You want to bring your leg forward as you lift it up. So while my knee is coming up, it's moving forward. I don't want to lift up my leg and then turn, because that leads to hopping. And also, it actually is not as easy to balance. Think of it like you're stepping forward, but instead of putting your leg down, you keep it in the air. Okay, that's the simplest way to think of raising your knee while turning around, so that you don't have to hop, 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 hop. Okay, so you want to work in one smooth motion, and you want to stop. Another thing I want you to do is try to sit on your second leg, right, on the standing leg. So when you turn around, you won't have your legs straight, otherwise your balance is not going to be so good. You want to sit on it like you're almost sitting on a chair, so sit back a little bit. Right, bend this knee so that when you switch, it's a little bit more comfortable for you. Okay, so let's practice this. I'm going to go to the side view. Catherine will show you the front view. We're going to spin and stop with the leg in front of us, like this. 1. And when we turn around, we're going to switch your legs, and you're going to go 2, turning kick position, and extend. Okay, so we'll do 3 steps. Ready? 1 up, switch 2, and 3, extend. Okay, so one quick thing to know: when we're switching our legs, 1, it's just like when we switch for doubles. Our front leg does not face forward when we land. It does not face the side. It faces the back. Okay? We have to turn our standing leg, our new standing leg, all the way to the back, so that our turning kick can go all the way sideways, or if we need to, can go all the way up when we do the roundhouse. Okay? So make sure that leg that you land on turns backwards. From knee in front, when you switch your legs and twist your hips, turn your leg to the back. Okay? So let's try this out in 3 steps. Ready? 1, turn, 2, switch, and 3, kick. Ha! Turn 1, switch 2, kick 3. Ha! Okay? Let's put 1 and 2 together just before the kick. I want you guys to stop and make sure you have proper turning kick position. So 1 and 2 together looks like this. 1, 2. And make sure your knee and your foot are the same height. So from this angle, it's going to be 1, 2. Have your knee and foot together, then extend. Okay? Let's put that together. So 1 and 2 together. So just 2 steps. 1, turn in, switch your legs. And then 2, you kick. Okay, ready? 1, 2. All right, watch here. Try to do your best to keep the balance. We're practicing balance right now, right? 1, 2. 1, Good, okay? So now we're gonna put the third step together, and the switch and the kick have to go together. So I'm gonna get Becky to grab a target for a second so I can demonstrate. I'll have her stand this way so you can see right from the camera. Let's go 45 degrees. So this way you can, hopefully you guys can see where I'm going with this. So when I'm spinning around, number one, the timing for me to switch my legs is when my knee reaches the target. So when my knee goes in front of the target, this is where I switch my legs. That's the first thing to take note of. When to switch your legs, when you reach the target. It's all about the target. Number two, right? Where do you put your switched leg? You put your knee past the target. So in this case, when I'm switching my legs, I'm driving my knee over this target, like this. My knee has to be past the target before I extend my leg. Otherwise, my kick will not have power behind it. Right? So those of you at home, if you don't have a target, that's okay. Because you're going to base this off of the center line of your body. Simplest thing to do to know where your center line is this. Put a hand up to where your nose is. Straighten it out right in front of you and point right forward. This is your center line. Maintain that image, right? So whenever you do your turning kick, your knee has to go past that line, okay? When you spin around, your knee has to go past that line, okay? So, right, while you're spinning around, obviously don't have your hand following you. Please don't do that, okay? But pick a point, right? Let's say you're standing in front of a wall, right? Have your hand go here, here, point. Remember where that spot on the wall is. That's your center line. When you spin around, get your knee past the line and switch your knee past the line so that you know when to switch your leg and where to put your knee. Okay? So for example, when we put this all together, it's going to look like this. Okay, so you see, even though Kathy moved to the side, I still have power on my kick because my knee intended to go past the target. So if she hadn't moved, it would have been even more power. Okay, so watch one more time, and hopefully Kathy can stay still this time. Okay, so when I spin around, watch, my knee goes in front. I'm going to slow it down a little bit. I'm going to bring my knee in front, and I'm going to switch when I reach the target. So 1, 2, and then 3. Okay, so my knee, when I go past, ends up here. Knee over the target. My foot and my knee are the same height because I'm switching, right, all the way. So I can kick through the target. Now, let's see that once at full speed, okay? So you're going to put it all together.
I just don't want to fly into the camera.
Okay, there you go. Okay? Besides, you have the wrist strapping. Okay. So, when I'm putting it all together, right, I want you to try to look for the timing, okay, where I'm doing it. My knee's going to switch here, and my knee's going to go past here, like this. Okay, so put it all together. You guys are going to do that positioning. But remember, because some of you at home may be kicking air and not hitting a target, I don't want you to fully straighten your leg at full force. Otherwise, it's not so good for your knee. Okay? So I want you guys, when you spin around, drive that knee past the target. Just do something. So straighten your leg and pull it back in. Okay? Unless you're hitting a target, don't kick hard. Just straighten your leg and go out, back in. Okay? So for example, at home, you will be doing something like this. 1, 2, and pull it back in. Okay, so practice your control rather than your full power, because I don't want you to wreck your knee. Okay, so let's do that together with them. Okay, very good. Let's continue. Okay, so put your right leg in front of you. You're going to spin around, and let's go. 1 and 2, kick. Okay, so put that switch and the kick together. Right, we're going to make it one movement now. So, spin, find the right time to switch your legs. Spin, switch, kick. Okay, the switch and the kick have to go together. So now, instead of switching, kicking, it's switch and kick, same time. Okay, put the switch and the kick together. Otherwise, you're wasting your power of your switch, right? Because if you switch your legs and then you kick, you might as well just have kicked. There's no difference. You have to put the two of those things together for power. Okay? So drive that knee past the target, straighten your leg through your target. Ready? Let's go. 5 times. 1. Ha! Watch your balance. 2. Ha! Set. Ha! Net. Ha! Pass up. Ha! Very good. Let's change your legs. So while you're doing these exercises, right? Yeah. Spinning around is going to disorient you a little bit, but it's also good practice for your balance. Okay? So, The best way to avoid overspinning and avoiding dizziness is to think of it as a half turn and a switch, okay? Rather than big circle. The bigger you make that circle, the more dizzy you're gonna get. Because really, it's a half turn and a change, okay? So mentally, if you perform it half and half, you're gonna get a lot less dizzy than going, whoa! Okay, less big circle, more switch. Okay, ready? Left leg in front. Let's go 5 left side. Now, ha, 2, ha, set, ha, net, ha. See, watch your balance. All right. If you need to take your time to catch your balance, just breathe in, focus on a single point, and let your balance reorient yourself, okay? So just in case you're getting dizzy at home, take it easy for a second. Ready? Let's do 2 more. And net, ha! Last one, tassel, ha! Okay, so the next kick we're gonna do today, a little less spinning. We're gonna do a double, but low-high. Okay, so the normal double is a half turn and a full turn sideways. So what about the low-high double? You take that second kick and you bring your knee and your foot up as high as you can. So that same switching you did on the spinning turning kick, you do here. You have your toes from facing forward to the back. But now you drive that knee up as high as you can with your body sideways. To show you with the target, in this case, 2 targets. Okay, I'm going to break it down into 2 steps. The first kick and the second kick. So, the first one is going to be the low one, right? So, this first one, once again, we don't want to over pivot, right, and stop ourselves from pivoting the second time. So, it's going to be a half pivot, one here. Number 2, when I switch my legs, to aim to the face properly, I want to get my knee and my foot up to this height. So, watch this. My knee has to point here before I extend my leg. Okay, so the one exception to this is if you don't have the hip flexibility. Okay, because flexibility is an issue for some people. You're not going to be able to do that. If that's the case, instead of having your knee and your foot up, you want to raise your knee higher. So it's a half turn as well. So rather than doing a half turn and a full turn, you're going to do a half turn and a half turn. So 45 degrees and 45 degrees. So watch my knee position. Half turn here, but your knee, raise it up higher and kick up to the face. Okay? Think of it like halfway between a turning kick and a side kick. Halfway a turning kick and a front kick. Okay? But if you can, I really want you to try to turn to the side and get your knee and your foot up. Okay? This is the cleaner kick, it's a stronger kick, and it's a kick that goes past the target. To give you an example with person, I'm gonna bring a ball into here to show you something. Okay, so okay, with Bob over here, we have an example with shoulders. So why the shoulder matters is because when we do the incorrect roundhouse at the 45-degree angle, there's something getting in the way of me reaching the face. And that thing is the shoulder. So this is not a problem in a fighting stance. So when Bob is in the fighting stance, he has one shoulder back and one shoulder in front. So if I kick on this side of the 45-degree angle, I can hit him in the face with no problem. But what if I want to go on this side? There's something in the way. Okay? So when I throw a roundhouse, number 1 for power, number 2 to clear this shoulder, I gotta get my knee and my foot up over the target. Okay, so when I do a double here, it's 1. If I do the easier roundhouse, I'm gonna hit that shoulder and I'm not gonna reach the head. But when I do the correct one, my knee comes up and over, I'm going over that shoulder to reach the head. So in order to hit someone in the face with a low-high roundhouse, it's gonna depend. Number 1, on your technique. Number 2, on your opponent's shoulder position. Okay? So once again, okay, so If you're doing, right, your second kick with a side where there's no shoulder, you can do the upwards one. Or you can kick upwards and hit someone right in the chin. That's perfectly fine. But if you were to do the opposite, with the second kick has the shoulder in the way, you're going to run into some issues. You have to do the clean one for that one. Get that hip turn over and get that knee and foot over. It's a requirement. Okay? So in order to do a good roundhouse of any kind, whether it's a single roundhouse or whether it's a double roundhouse, if it's a person, watch their shoulder. Right? If it's for technique, it's always better knee and foot up rather than only your knee up. Okay? Because like I said, you can still hit the target, but only sometimes.
Let me get out of the way.
Thank you. Because let's practice that low, high, double, right? A few times. Remember, when you twist your body, get that knee and that foot up if you can. Like I'll do this on my own so Kathy can handle moving the ball. Okay? So follow along with me. Have your left leg behind you. We're going to go left, right for your double, low, high. Ready by my count? Let's go. Ha! Two, ha! Seven, ha! Net, ha! Hustle, ha! And from here, let's try the other leg, right leg behind. Ready, ha! Ha! Two, ha! Seven, ha! Net, ha! Hustle, ha! Very good. Catch your breath. So anytime you're doing any sort of switching kick that goes into a roundhouse, you got to take note of that knee position. The same thing is going to apply to your spinning roundhouse, but we're going to move on today and go through back kick because we're running a little short on time. Okay? Just know that when you switch your legs for a spin switch versus for a knee up switch, the idea is the same. Okay? In terms of how you turn your body, in terms of how you position your leg. Now, for back kick, we're going to go through this in a few steps. Number one, like your spinning turning kick, you're going to turn your feet, go forward. Number two, you're going to tuck in your knee, and you're going to push it forward until your heel goes in front and you land forward. Okay? Now, in order to do this properly, you want your knees to pass by one another. So, a common error we see is people's knees coming out, and we have what's called the turning side kick. Okay? And so, number one, it's easy to mess with it. Number two, the weight of your body isn't always behind it if you do it wrong. Okay? So, one way you can practice keeping your knees together is you find a wall in your house. I'm going to pretend there's a wall beside me here. Okay? So, let's say there's a wall right beside me, behind me here. I'm going to turn around. I'm going to tuck in my knee. My knees have to pass by one another because if I stick my knee out, my knee is going to pass by the wall. I'm going to go forward, and you notice my body's facing backwards until the last second where my hip turns out to make a back kick. Okay? So let me show you the example with the wall over here. Okay? How you can practice this at home in order to practice your positioning for your knees is you put your back towards the wall. When you turn around, the leg that you're going to keep with should be right beside the wall. You're going to tuck in your knee, and you're going to move your knee forward and look over your shoulder and extend your foot beside you. Okay? If you find that your knee is pushing against the wall, that's telling you that your back kick is trying to open up, and it shouldn't. Okay? So you got to practice that movement slowly until you find that you're not brushing against the wall anymore. Okay? That's how you get your feet to move. Knees together before you extend forward. Okay? You'll notice that my toes turn at the end of the kick. So you don't want your knees to open up first and then kick because of the problem I told you earlier. You'll overturn. Right? What you want is to have your knee down, extend. So my toes are still down until the last second, right here. This is where my foot can turn. Okay? Now the last step you need to keep your body facing backwards is at the same time as you push your knee out here, you're going to push your shoulder in the opposite direction to keep your body facing backwards. Because we do not want our body to turn sideways. The moment we do, it's that psychic position that we don't want, right? So it's going to be 1, 2. As I push my leg up, my shoulder is going to go the other way. Okay, so let's try this out, shall we? We're gonna do it in 3 steps. Turn 1, up 2, kick 3. Ha! And come down. Let's try. Ready? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Again. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now let's put it together and make it smooth. So how do we make it smooth? Is we transition between the steps smoothly. You want to turn and lift up your leg right after. So what I mean by that is don't raise your leg first and then turn around. You turn and then you raise up your leg. It's 1, then 2, not 2, then 1, because that's when we get the overspinning problem. Secondly, the moment you pick up your leg, you want to kick straight away. Okay, from tuck to push, you want to make it almost one complete movement, like that. Okay, so let's practice those 2 things. Number 1, turn and then come up. So turn, lift. Try that a few times. You turn, lift up your leg. Right, turn, lift, and make sure your knees are beside one another. Right. Now the next step is to start from the turn position. So tuck in your foot and push. Come back. So turn and stop. Tuck, push, come back. Okay, let's try that one a few times on your own. Turn, tuck, push, turn, tuck, push. Okay, the emphasis is on 2 things. Turn, then lift up your leg. When you lift up your leg, extend straight away. When you're tucking in your foot, you want to tuck it in as tightly as possible too, because if it's too low, your kick will go low. Tuck it in like you're trying to kick your own butt. Remember when you do this exercise? That's the same thing you're doing with your foot in towards your butt. And push after. Okay, so let's put it all together and do a full back kick. Ready? Turn, lift, and kick. 1. Ha! 2. Ha! 7. Ha! 9. Ha! 10. Ha! Good. Change your legs. Ready? Okay, so we'll do it once, breaking down a few times, and then we do a few couple kicks, right? So turn, tuck, and extend, land. Okay, let's do that a few times. Turn, tuck, push, ha. Turn, tuck, push, ha. Okay, let's put it together now. Try to go slowly first, okay, but smoothly. So turn, tuck, ha. Right, turn, tuck, kick. Ready? Go. Turn, tuck, kick. And forward. Okay? Let's put it together. Right? Try to spin and kick fast. Ready? 1. Ha! 2. Ha! Yeah, landing forward is fine because your hips are going forward. 7. Ha! 9. Ha! 10. Ha! Okay, very good. From here, let's move on. Facing forward, turn it. So Master Saadati is going to talk now for the mat chat, right? So while you listen, you can get your water, but still pay attention and listen for the upcoming talk.
Thank you, Master Kenneth and Kathy. Thank you for teaching the class. The mat chat today is about diet. Having a good balanced diet is very important for all of us. We all need to have proper diet in order to stay healthy and in order to have energy throughout the day, right? So I have a quiz here. I'm going to go through it one at a time. I want to know how you guys do with the quiz. And then after that, you tell me how your diet is. Are you having a good diet? Are you eating good food, or are you eating junk food? Are you drinking water and all that? We'll do after the quiz. You ready? There is 8 of them. Let's do the first one. What are the main four food groups? Main food groups, right? A, chocolate, sweets, chips, and crisps. B, milk and milk products, fruit and vegetables, cereals and beans, meat and fish, and or tofu, fats, and sugars. That was B. C is fruit, vegetable, salad, and water. Which one is correct? Main food group. A, B, or C? B, C, B, C. So which one's correct? B, 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 B. Very good. So yes, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 answer. So the correct answer is B. Okay, I know some of you are vegetarian, you don't eat meat. That's okay. You can find protein in vegetables as well, vegetables and beans. But the correct answer is B, milk and milk products, fruits and vegetables, cereals and beans, meat and fish, or tofu, fats and sugars, because our body needs all of that, right? Next one. Which food do we need to eat every day? A, some food from each group. B, some fruit and vegetables only. C, some food from all the groups, but not fats and sugar. A. Very good. A. Very good. Yes, the correct answer is A. There are good fats and sugar that we need. Our body needs also those. You can find them in your food, one of those 4 groups. Next one. So the answer was A. How many portions of fruit and vegetables should we eat every day? How many portions? A, 1 piece of fruit. B, 1 piece of fruit and 1 portion of vegetables. C, 5 portions of fruit and vegetables. A, B, or C? Yes, 5. 5 portions of fruit and vegetables every day. Remember, you guys. Thank you. Next one. How much of our food every day should be cereals and beans? A, less than half of our food. B, about half of our food. C, more than half of our food. Less than half, more than half. A, B, C. The correct answer is about half of our food, supposed to be cereals and beans. I got that wrong myself too when I was doing the quiz. If you said A, don't feel too bad. Yes, B is the correct answer. Good job, Evelyn. Next. After I said B, everyone changed to A. You can't change your mind. I'm here, I'm playing games here. Trying to make the games harder for you. You guys don't trust me. I just want to know how positive you are about what you say, right? But if you change your mind, then maybe you're not sure, you're just guessing, right? Eating too much fatty food can be bad for which part of your body? A, your eyes. B, your brain and your arms. C, your heart. C, definitely not eye. Yeah, fatty food, you get bigger eyes, like puffy eye. No. Yeah, C. C is the correct answer. Good job. It's bad for your heart. Fatty food. You get heart attack, all of a sudden your heart will stop. Master Saadati died. Sorry for your loss. Why? Because he had too much fat around his heart, and his heart stopped working all of a sudden because he didn't work out regularly, because he didn't watch his diet, because he eats chips, eats pizza, eats fatty food. Bad master. So, next one, we have 3 more left. We finished 5 already. Protein helps us to build our body and grow. What kind of food gives us protein? A, meat, eggs, fish, and tofu. B, fruits and vegetables. C, rice and bread. A, excellent. A, B, yes. The correct answer here is A. Okay, last one. One more left, actually. Calcium is important for our bones and teeth, okay? Which foods have calcium? A, milk, yogurt, and cheese only. B, spinach and dried fruit only. C, milk, yogurt, cheese, spinach, and dry fruit. Which foods have calcium? So C is A and B basically. So all the above. It's milk, yogurt, and cheese, spinach, and dried fruit. So they all have calcium. So C. Awesome. Yes, I will now. I finished the quiz. Now, you guys are good. You know all the good answer, the right answer. But do you follow, or do you still eat fatty food? Do you still eat lots of chips? Do you still eat a lot of chocolate? And do you drink enough water? Let me know. Everybody just tell me one thing about their diet. Do you follow a good diet? Are you drinking lots of water every day? Are you eating vegetables? Are you eating fruits? Or you're like, no, I don't like vegetables. I like cheese pizza all the time. I can eat cheese pizza. I know Kathy likes cheese pizza. Tell me if you are following a good diet. You know, if your diet is not good, if you're eating too much sugar, you have like lots of energy for 2 hours, and then you like low energy again. You dies fast, right? Your body stays weak, doesn't get all the nutrition that your body needs. So you gotta follow all these 4 groups of foods that we went through it. Make sure you have lots of vegetables and beans and protein. All right. That's about it. Thank you for training today. Right. Thank you so much. You guys if you have any question, type in. Otherwise, you guys have a great night, and we finish the class. 감사합니다. 차렷 경례 감사합니다. Thank you for coming. Bye, everyone. Bye.